Hello everyone, I am Malaceo. Welcome to my channel, and today for Vlogmas, which is the 21st, I am going to talk about my other part of my New Year's resolution. So pretty much things that's personal for personal growth. So anything that's like mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. Pretty much this is what it's going to be about because, I feel like business is still like financial, and I do love like what I do. I feel like it's also important to home in on resolutions, or at least goals that's centered around just your overall well-being. So today, trying to be as discreet as possible because y'all, I don't want to say everything about my own personal business. I mean, I will, but when I get a big enough following and y'all want to pay for it, you can pay for it, okay? Because you know how people are on social media, man. And I'm not having it. If you're going to try to attack me for I don't even say my truth, it is the truth. And you want to come after me and stuff like that, like you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay, okay? You need to pay. And then you can sit there and think you're going to judge me. So, I just got my hat. Because of the strikes and stuff like that, it took forever for me to get the, it's the You Go Natural hat. I've been waiting for this. It's a little bit of a tight fit because my hair is thicker than what I thought. My head is a medium small, but with my hair, I'm a large. So, I mean, it still works because I feel like, with the wind and everything, and I have lost a few hats that way. You fly off your head and it's gone. So with this, it's like a snug fit, but it has a satin lining on the inside of it. And I was thinking, like a baseball cap or some stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this and get the 360 protection. Now, I mean, it's cute. I like it. You see how it's like pushing my hair in? But it is what it is. So when I go and when I actually leave, for the most part, because I am going to start house sitting tomorrow actually. And like I said, I'll still be doing my videos and stuff every day. And I still have to just sort of gather how I'm going to do it. But my main New Year's resolution is to physically get my body to where I want it to go and do like a cleanse and pretty much change my lifestyle and like how I eat and how I consume and stuff like that. Like I do like to eat, like I'm not going to say I'm going vegan or vegetarian and stuff like that. It's more of a incorporating more healthy, more veggies, more like more healthiness and more like balance of a diet pretty much into, my meals. Cause I still like, I have my health. It is phenomenal out of all the stress and everything that I've been through, that I still have my health. And I do think that is a big part of why I still have my health and why it is genetics. I'm not gonna lie, but it's also, I did a lot of sports and physical activity growing up. Like I was the tomboy, the sports girlies of all the sports girlies. That was me. And then going into the military, and I don't know if they still have that category when they call it like alpha female because of like your peakness and stuff like that. But I do have a history of that, and it's just, and I was always like very physical and physically fit, and it was just my relationship and the overbearingness of like, the person who always wanted me to work out with them, or, oh, don't go and run outside and don't do this and I was completely fine before then. I'm like, but hey, it is what it is. Like, and when you get sort of knocked out of your comfort zone and stuff like that, and then like I never was really working in the gym type of person. Like you don't really need all of that. Like you can work with your own body, running, jogging, Pilates, yoga, pull-ups, push-ups, calisthenics, that's all you need. You don't need to go into the gym and like, sorry, y'all. Here we go. You know, being country, and the person that was like, you know, doing little bits of training and stuff with me was like my dad. And you know, you see the other girls and stuff that will do their training and stuff here and there, you know, with their dads and stuff like that. It don't take all of that. And I feel like once you start getting into such a stringent, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to work out, I'm going to do these sets, 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 I'm going to do these sets. Like, you get the type of strength where, you know, I don't have the proper vernacular for it, but I would notice it sometimes, like with guys that I've dated, is once I start doing like hit exercises, that's like I'll get there eventually, because I know I'm not there yet, or I'm just going to go balls to the wall and try to do it. I don't know. We gonna see. I just need to get in my headspace and get away. It's just like certain things of just having strength that's missing. They can do the same pattern like if they was like pushing something, because you know, you got the bar and you're benching or whatever, or you're pulling something. They have strength in that aspect, but full on strength, like for example, like people who are swimmers, or you know, some people that are just strong, like they don't even have to look like it's like you don't see all the show, but they have that strength. Like, that's what I have. I have that strength, and that's what I want. I want to have that strength. But I can, because of my genetics or my build or whatever, I can bulk up. Okay? I can. And I'm doing a little bit of that, but I'm not doing too much. Okay? But y'all see when I start focusing on it, because I know I was like, oh, I'm doing my fast and stuff, and girl, there's some things that's been happening. Not bad. Not necessarily bad, but it's just like, I need to do a hard restart, because there's just too much going on for me to even, cause I was just on airplane mode, and before I know it, I was in the kitchen. It was almost like magic. I was in the kitchen and I was eating. So now when I go to this house sit, you know, I ain't bringing no food, you know. So I'll be able to better control my situation, and I'll just be working, and I don't have to worry about working my actual job. My 9 to 5, I'll be on vacation. So there's the physical aspect of it, and you know, being healthy, getting my body into the shape that I want it to be in. And I feel like it's going to be like a lifestyle change. Like, either way, it's going to be a lifestyle change, because I'm moving, and I'm not going to just be, you know, sitting, working from home, and staying like in the house, and you know, not have a car. I will be able to, you know, be in other cities or be in other locations, walking, being able to eat food that isn't heavily processed like how it is in the States, unfortunately. And I feel like when you move away and how the food is like outside of the US, it's the lifestyle changes choose you, because obviously it's not the same stuff that's available, and you know, it is what it is. Spiritually, I'm sort of surprised at myself even now that, like, you know, it registered for me, but like the hurt for a lot of the things that happen, like, it's not dwelling in me as much. And I believe it's because I've distanced myself from those people physically. But, you know, when you're still, when you're still like around people, even though you don't talk and convene with them, it's still like, I had never been that person that I'm like, oh, you just still go to the cookout and just say hey and just hi and bye and just keep it moving. Like, no, bitch, we ain't doing no hi and bye. And like, I hated that. Growing up, seeing that as a kid, I resented that even as a child, I resented that. I was like, if you two, both of y'all don't like each other, and you know why you don't like each other, and you will not agree, what's the point of walking up to each other, into each other's face to say hi or whatever? What's the point? And then turn around and both of you are probably talking about how each other is so fake. Just don't talk to each other. Don't think nothing of it. Don't worry about it. Just move on. Like, that's the type of, I don't care. Like, if you don't like me, I don't have to come over to your house. I don't have to come and see you. I don't have to. And that's how people be setting you up. And then people aren't going to blame the person who did it to you. They're going to blame you. Be like, oh, you should have known better. You should have chose better. You should have. No. You shoulda. I'm not doing that. Like, you ain't gonna, you shoulda me to death. I'd rather be like, oh, you just so bitter. You don't want to do it. You don't want to make it better. You're goddamn right, I don't. And don't. Because you know, you're getting cut off. You're getting cut off, okay? That's it. So, I was just like, you know, like I said, I am happier, as you can see, but still, what was it? Yes, so the mental part about it and stuff like that, and it's just like little things, like, you know, I've noticed that if I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm like, I'm thinking about something that I messed up on and I did like 15 years ago, and like, why did I do that, and why did I act like that, and why did I this, that, and the other? And I was like so embarrassed, and I'm blah, blah, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, you know, and then going through like the process of like getting back into, you know, therapy and stuff like that, and getting more in a stable situation. Because I don't necessarily want to talk about, you know, my stuff in the confines of like other people. Like, the only person I truly trust, other than like, you know, some of my cousins, but I'm talking about, you know, like people in the house, the only person I trust is my dad. So I try to keep a lot of my stuff like under wraps, because if people, you know, like if people, you don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Like, you don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, whatever. So at the end of the day, I'm just like, you know, if it is what it is, then, you know, it is. But I don't want people like to know necessarily exactly what I'm doing and to what extent I'm doing it until like I'm gone, because people can be downtrodden and people can wish the worst on you. And especially if they happen to be telling other people that you completely distance yourself from your business, and those people are over there, and I know they is. You ain't coming over here with that, okay? You ain't. So with that, I'm like keeping like things on the, you know, and I'm not trying to prove nobody wrong, because, you know, there's also people like, oh, she ain't doing nothing. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't doing it. That's why I want, thank you. Thank you, okay? Because if you're going to, I love being incognito, okay? Look at me. I love being incognito, okay? You don't see me. I am out here. She gone. She gone. Where'd she go? I don't know. That's what I want. And I love it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay? Ooh, that look good. I look... okay. So, yeah. With that, I just got some things that I need to do. Spiritually, physically, just to get myself together. Because I do have the peace, but I want it to be more consistent, and I want it to be more in control of my feelings and my emotions when I do come around, like, you know, the negativity of it all, and, you know, being able to like remove myself from that and being able to easily control, that coming up. Like, everybody has it. It's okay to be mad and angry. Like, you're a person. Like, you have your complete right to do that. And I hate when people be like, oh, you shouldn't be getting mad. Because that another thing that happened a lot in my childhood, and like the religion and stuff of it all. I am spiritual. I am a spiritualist, but this whole you can't, girl, bye. Please. He was out here whipping people when he got mad. If I don't want to talk to you because you out here being disrespectful and shitting on me, and I don't want to talk to you because you don't want to admit it, I ain't doing nothing to you. I'm just not talking to you. You don't like me, I'm doing you a favor, okay? Scoop. So, yes. So there's like layers to it, you know. Another thing I'm going to try to do is, which is going to be like, I don't know how it's going to work, because, you know, I am literally living out of a suitcase, and not even just a suitcase, but like a carry-on. Okay. I do want to work on, I guess, homing my style, because I've been working so much for the last like 10 years that like, it's like, where was I really? I was not really going out. I wasn't really, you know, had a chance to fully be like, okay, this is going to be my style, and let me sit up at the mall, or sit up and want all of this. It would be like little stuff like what I did. Like, okay, I really like this hat. It's a practicality. I need this hat. It's on sale. I'm getting the hat. It was always like that, instead of me being like, when I see it, sorry, when I see a piece and I'm like, oh, I like that. That's part of my, that can be a part of my wardrobe. That can be an addition to my wardrobe. This is a piece. This is not like an article of clothing. This is a piece. Like, I need to figure out what is my different categories of style, and home in on how many I have and what they are. And I wanted to go from there, because even being in places like Vietnam and stuff like that, I'm like, there's just so many things to choose from. Like, you know, especially when you get creative and your mind starts just going there, and I want this, 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 and this. But it's like, well, what is going to go with what I already have? What's going to go with, you know, how I feel, you know? And then when you're changing and you're growing as a person, that changes also. So I didn't want to buy and do things where it's like little, like a little bit later, I'm like, oh, that's not me, and that's not the style, or the, like, cause it's one thing to see it and to like it, but then it being on you and how you feel and how you express yourself, like, you know, there's different layers to it. So yeah, I'm just waiting, and I'm going to try to figure it out. And I think once I start getting into that mindset, maybe I might get like a little, you know, like a mini tablet or something, try to draw some stuff out, or whatever it may be, try to draw some stuff out, trying to put some stuff together, and then go back to Vietnam, and also keep some things in my mind of like what I want and stuff like that. I also was going to go to like Korea, and I know they have like the test, because I know like right now, you know, my skin tone is much lighter because, you know, I'm in the house a lot, but it's also winter. And I know being in Southeast Asia, I will have my tan and like my full complexion back. And I want them to go off of that. Cause I was planning on doing it here before, but I was like, you know what, let me do it after, you know, when because I'm boycotting winter, so there is no more of this, okay? I am going to be able to figure out like what my colors, my undertones, like hopefully I will be able to tell them like what is my style, like realistically, because like I could say it's relaxed, but I mean, I've been working so much that it's like, why would you be prim and proper when all you have time for is to order takeout? Even if it's that expensive takeout from that expensive place, you only have time, you know, to get that delivered. And, you know, you buy your hoodies or whatever, so you can like lounge around the house and fully just try to have this ambiance in your home because you're so busy. You know, it's a difference from, oh, this is just how I am. Like, I'm completely like, you know, I just do a regular little 9 to 5 or a little something, something. And this is just me. This is just how I am. And it's relaxed. It's always relaxed. No matter what I do, it's always relaxed. So it's like, it's a difference, you know? So, yeah. So that is going to be pretty much like my New Year's resolution. It's my style. Getting myself to a healing position for my peace to be consistent, and also my health internally, physically, internally, with how I eat and what I consume, and also my physical fitness, getting my body fat percentage down, and then also start to do getting back into my workouts and stuff like that, and sort of getting back to, you know, that old me, that old regime that I was on. Like, I needed to, like, I was like, if I didn't run for like 24 hours, it'd be times that I was working for like 16 hours and I still got home and I was like, I'm gonna do a little run because I need a run. Like, I need to get this out. And I feel like me doing that turned into me eating cookies and milk. Like, I was always Angelica. I was always an Angelica. It's the cookies for me, girl. Okay. But it's turned more into like, oh, okay, cookies. Let me have something else. Like, let me have something else. Like, I need to dial myself back. And, you know, it happens when, you know, it changes. So I probably might put out 2 vlogs today because I didn't put out one yesterday, but I'm going to go and see what I need to, I guess, make it about. So I might come back right after this, but I will see you tomorrow or later today. Bye. Like and subscribe and comment. All right. Make a community so we can talk and let me know what you want to hear about, especially when I start to take my adventures and things of that nature. Okay. All right, bye.